Howdy there, folks. You're listening to another exciting episode of You're Not My Father. Coming to you not so live from our studios here in Anchorage, Alaska. Get ready. I'm a podcast superstar. So here's where I normally say, welcome back to another episode of You're Not My Father. I'm not your father unless I am, and this is another episode. I'm not going to do that. Nope. Not going to do it. I'm just going to kick back, relax a little bit, enjoy being in front of this microphone without an agenda, and figure out something, literally quite from scratch, that we could talk about today. Isn't that nice? Isn't that a nice feeling? As a parent, not having a commitment to do something, not having to necessarily be on schedule and work with something. People talk about in the movies, spontaneity, I guess. That's how you say it. You're not spontaneous enough. Well, I wish I was. I wish I was the spontaneous type. But sometimes, in actuality, I really am. I will just do things off the cuff to do for no other reason than I've never done it before, or I just wanted to kind of feel out what the day was like or the situation. Me and my wife had a date night the other night. It wasn't too terribly exciting, I don't think. It was nice. I enjoyed it. I think we both enjoyed it a whole lot, but it wasn't like, we're going to go do this and we're going to do that. And we're going to, no, it was more like, maybe we'll go to dinner. Maybe we'll go see a movie. Maybe we'll go to Walmart or Target and shop. Who knows? I mean, the kids are old enough that they can be left at the house by themselves. We've got security cameras both inside and out. And, they've got phones. And anyway, we've got it covered. But yeah, so we took off. We left the house. And we both like sushi a lot. But it was kind of one of those scenarios, well, maybe we won't get sushi. Or maybe we will. I don't know. So we left. We drove down the road, and we kind of went past a couple places we weren't quite sure. And believe it or not, one of our favorite meals is breakfast, and breakfast sounded really good. So right next to Lowe's in Anchorage, there's an IHOP. We're like, hey, we could possibly maybe go to Lowe's, because Lowe's is probably one of our favorite places to go nowadays. Whenever you buy a house, and hopefully one day you will be afforded that opportunity, you will know this. Home Improvement just isn't a show that was on TV a long time ago. It was really popular. It's something that a lot of adults do. They're trying to get a return in their investment. Anyway, we drive by IHOP. There's a couple cars in the parking lot, but they're closed. So, staff shortages, getting worked really hard. And so I guess they close on a Friday night, which kind of makes sense. Saturdays and Sunday mornings are probably like their sweet zone for when they're going to be busy. So good on them, giving some time off. So we drove up by the new Sonic that's supposed to be opening up sometime soon, and thought about how great that would be. We also kind of really like the idea of going to Texas Roadhouse, because you can get fried pickles there. Their fried pickles are amazing. Not a sponsor. Their rolls are great. They serve salted peanuts at the table. And so really, if you wanted to eat appetizers, oh, and they have sweet tea. So as a Southerner living in Alaska, it's pretty awesome. But you could eat you could exist. You could have the best meal based off of those appetizers. And sometimes we do that. More often than not, I will skip an entree and just eat that, and I'm fine. But anyway, we started driving around, and we passed some places, and we just kind of skipped around. So there's a region of Anchorage, South and Muldoon. It's called Tacotinu. It's Tacotinu Center. It's like a massive shopping, kind of sprawling complex, and they've got lots of different places to eat and shop and movie theater and our IMAX theater. In case you didn't know about Anchorage, has an IMAX theater. So we went out there, and you've got so many different places to go. You can go to Red Robin, Olive Garden. We have, that's where our first Raising Cane's is. There's Red Robin, McDonald's, Texas Roadhouse is out there. There's another IHOP, and we drove past IHOP, and it was closed as well. There's some various different Asian places that you can eat. Some ice cream places, Target, Best Buy, list goes on and on. So anyway, long story short, Olive Garden. We hadn't actually been to Olive Garden by ourselves in a long time. And kind of going back in history, that was one of the places, actually was the place that we didn't really, I didn't necessarily propose to her per se because of our faith, but that's a long story. But anyway, that's where we decided we were going to get married. We had that discussion at Olive Garden. Not necessarily because of the food per se. I wouldn't say that Italian food ranks up there in like the pantheon of like meals that are like what I go to, except for pizza. But American pizza is almost kind of American in a way, if you will, at least to me, in my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we went there. I am not a red sauce kind of guy unless it's on pizza. So I got some Alfredo stuff. And she got some kind of chicken scampi and fried ravioli, that type of thing. And the breadsticks are really good. She asked our server, why is it sometimes, the bread is just horrible, but tonight is really good. And he offered that, it depends on who's making it. On a Friday night, they had somebody really good making it. It was actually really good. So overall, pretty awesome. So we had a good time. We didn't really have like an amazing agenda. We did want to get back relatively soon. I think we were almost going to go to Krispy Kreme, and then we didn't. Then we were almost going to get ice cream. We didn't. And it was a nice evening. Not saying that not having the kids was great. Not just because, they're kids and whatnot. We really do enjoy spending almost all our time with them, but every once in a while it's good to go away and whatnot. And, our relationship at times, during COVID, and especially during this time period, gets a bit strained in some areas, for various different reasons. But this was necessary, to, work on the relationship specifically, like undivided attention. So that was really, really good. Getting spread thin and, having to deal with this and having to deal with that and some of this over there. It's good to give your undivided attention to somebody, and really work on that aspect of the relationship from time to time. Certainly, depending on what level of relationship you are, if you're level 1 and you're spending a lot of time with somebody, and then you stop, certainly that can affect the relationship a lot because they're used to it. And then if you stop for whatever reason, they can feel like they don't know you, all that kind of drama. But growing, and changing and altering together as you, move along in that relationship, those bonds cement, that cement dries and, you're kind of locked in there. Things work out a lot better. So I guess if I've stumbled on anything, being spontaneous is good. Working on relationships is even better. Things that you should do on a regular basis. It's probably like a Ferris Bueller type of thing, you got to stop, and if you don't stop and look around every once in a while, I don't remember. I really don't remember the quote, but stop and smell the roses, enjoy life while you can. It may not mean a whole lot to you, but it means a lot to other people. And doing that with somebody else, especially, somebody that you love, is a pretty big deal. So take that time out and work on that relationship. I do Sophia Day and Conan Day, and I do days out of randomly. I just pick a day. Not I don't put it on the calendar just in advance, but it's just like, we're going to have a day. So I guess, yeah, I am kind of spontaneous. I'll just be like, we're having a daddy-daughter day. We're having a daddy-son day, and we're going to go do it. We're going to do it today. Bam. Just jump out and make it happen. And it's always fun. It doesn't have to be anything super complicated, but just knowing that, you've set aside some time to working together on something cool is pretty awesome. So, well, kids, I think that's it. I think that's the end of this episode. Unless I think of something else, there you go. Out of rotation on where we were supposed to be at in our episodes, we were supposed to have the kids come on and talk about some of their things that they've got going in their life, but as is, it didn't happen. So next time, hopefully that will be the next episode. But until then, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. You're amazing, whoever you are. If you're a fan of me, I'm definitely a fan of you, whoever you are. Any of our listeners, definitely fans of you. So keep being you, keep being awesome. And until next time.